Truckers have rules. Some are written and some aren't. And one of these unwritten ones is that you never trust a shortcut at night. Roads that save you 30 minutes in daylight can cost you everything once the sun goes down. And I broke that rule. I was running late, behind schedule, and the GPS swore this country road was gonna shave half an hour off my route. I've been driving 14 hours straight. Eyelids were now heavy, coffee not doing much but souring my gut. I told myself 30 minutes was definitely worth it, as well as telling myself that the machine knew better than me. The turnoff was easy to miss, just this sagging sign for a farm-to-market road, half buried in the weeds. The asphalt was cracked, striping long gone. I slowed and swung my rig onto it, and watched the highway disappear in my mirrors. In those first few miles, it was absolutely fine, empty but fine. Fields of corn leaning in like they wanted to listen. Half-lit farmhouses here and there, a rusted barn occasionally as well. Then the road began to narrow. Asphalt gave way to dirt. My headlights bounced over ruts, dust curling up in the beams. Trees were crowding closer, blotting out the sky. I gripped my wheel tighter, telling myself that I'd be back on the main highway soon enough. The GPS still showed that blue line ahead, urging me forward. And that's when I saw the first one, this old Buick, stripped down to its frame, sunk in the ditch with weeds growing through the windows. A mile later, a pickup with no doors, its cab peppered with bullet holes. Another mile or two and there was two SUVs now, gutted like fish, resting nose to nose in the trees. Okay, it's a vehicle dumping ground. Rural folks leave junk everywhere. But my throat was dry and my stomach was telling me that this wasn't just junk. These were leftovers. The dirt track dipped off into the hollow, and that's when I saw the first glow, orange flickering like a campfire. As I came around the bend, the beams of my headlights caught them. Three figures standing around a barrel fire in the middle of the road. Shadows were stretched long and sharp across the dirt. They didn't scatter like deer, they didn't wave at me like farmers or hunters. They just stood there, watching, hands at their sides, fire lighting up their faces. They didn't really look surprised to see me at all. I downshifted and slowed my rig, and one of them stepped forward. He had something long in his hand. It was metal and caught the firelight. A crowbar maybe, or maybe a rifle. It was hard to tell. My heart began slamming in my chest, and the GPS line still said continue straight, but I knew damn well this wasn't a road anymore. This was a trap. I kept the rig crawling, engine primed, headlights washing over the three of them like they were part of the road itself. None of them flinched, didn't move either, just stared at me. One with the metal rod, shifting in his weight, and then lifted it slightly, and I finally saw what it actually was. A length of pipe, capped on one end. Not a tool, but definitely a weapon. Every instinct screamed at me to swing wide, gun it, blast past them. But the road was far too narrow, the ditch was extremely deep, and the trees were pressing in tightly. If I tried to swerve, I'd jackknife the trailer and that would be the end of me. The guy in the middle raised his hand like a cop signaling to stop. My headlights painted his face. He wasn't old, maybe mid-20s. His eyes were flat and greasy, like he wasn't fully there. That kind of stare that tells you he's already decided what's about to happen. I braked slowly, praying this was just some kind of local screwing with me. My hand slipped on the wheel, my palms were sweating. It was almost so bad that it felt like oil. And that's when the others began to move as well, from the tree line. More shadows peeled off, 4, maybe 5 of them. They slipped into the ditches and then climbed the berms, boots crunching, all moving toward my rig now. Trap confirmed. I shifted back up, revving the engine hard. The guy with the pipe stepped closer, right into the glow of my brights. He pointed the pipe at my windshield like he was sighting me in. Then I saw him smirk. And that smirk absolutely broke me. I stomped the accelerator and the rig screamed, diesel roaring as I barreled forward. He didn't jump clear, he actually braced, like he was gonna stop 40 tons of steel with his own body. I didn't have time to consider his insanity. I watched him vanish underneath my grill, felt the sickening bump of impact rattle through the cab, and then I was past the fire. The barrel rolled, sparks spilling across the dirt, but it wasn't over yet. The figures scrambled on both sides, One leapt at the steps of the cab, hand slapping the metal, another smashing something against my trailer. The sound of breaking glass was exploding behind me. The rear marker lights had now shattered. I kept the pedal buried though, the dirt road twisted, my rig bouncing hard, but I still didn't lift my foot. The branches clawed at either side of the trailer, snapping like gunfire. The mirrors showed chaos behind me, the fire now shrinking, shadows darting, somebody running after me with arms pumping like pistons. Then headlights flared up behind me, and not just one set, two, maybe three. Engines gunned, tires sprayed dirt, and suddenly I was no longer the hunter, I was the prey. They were in vehicles that I had not seen parked, hidden somewhere deeper in the trees waiting. The GPS blue line was useless now, frozen, spinning, and recalculating. I didn't need it to tell me what I already knew. I had miles of dirt track ahead of me, and a pack behind me.